Mic test 321, 321. Hello, 321.
Put it facing down.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check.
Do I just start? Are we good to go, guys? Everybody ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
Juan, you're up. Thank you.
All right. Morning, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Juan Hernandez. Long before he was Mayor Matt Mahan, he was just Mr. Mahan to me and my classmates. What I remember most wasn't just the lessons, but how much he actually cared for his students, challenging us to do more and helping us navigate the difficulties of middle school. He was the kind of teacher whose door was always open. He made it safe to ask questions and safe to fail. And while we stumbled occasionally, he made it, oh my God, sorry. Stumbled occasionally, he was dedicated to working with us directly so that we got it right. Watching him lead our city as mayor, I see that same person. He brings that same energy and that same sense of responsibility to every neighborhood in San Jose. It has meant a lot to me to see my teacher showing up for my community. I know how much students benefit from having leaders who truly believe in them. And that's why I'm so excited to see him bring that same heart to our city, and I'm hoping to our state. I believe in Matt Mahan. And I believe, as many do, that he is the future of California. So without further ado, please welcome Mayor Matt Mahan.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Juan, for that beautiful reflection. I'm so proud of you and all of your former classmates. One of the most meaningful jobs I've ever had in life has been serving as a public school teacher on our east side and supporting students like Juan as they figured out who they were going to be in life and how they were going to contribute to their community. And I'm so proud of Juan and his classmates. 3 weeks ago, I came home from a long day, and my wife, Sylvia, said something I almost couldn't believe. She looked at me and she said, "I think our state needs you." And then she said something even harder to hear, that she was willing to sacrifice time with me and our family today for a better future for us all tomorrow. Because she believed I could help our kids, help San Jose, and help California. And if you know anything about Sylvia, when she talks, you listen. So I'm running for governor of California because we can do better. I know we can, because we're proving it in San Jose. We're proving that the problems we've all believed are intractable are in fact solvable. We face an inflection point in California. We need someone who will fight for our values and someone who will fix our problems. We need to stand up for our rights, for our freedoms, and for our neighbors. We need to use the tools we have at hand to protect our democracy. One tool is the law. The other tool is our results. We have to use both. That's how we fix California. We don't just need to be against something. We need to be for something. A government that proves it can solve problems for working people once again. And today, San Jose is showing how to solve problems by getting back to basics. We're showing what happens when we focus our resources, our attention, and our advocacy on the issues that matter most. In San Jose, we've reduced unsheltered homelessness by nearly 1/3. We became the safest big city in America last year. We've solved 100% of homicides nearly 4 years running. No other big city can say that. And we're taking on affordability with urgency and honesty by reducing barriers to building the homes we need and getting thousands of new homes under construction. We're not focused on rhetoric. We're focused on results. And here's the truth. Local government can only go so far without a stronger partner in Sacramento. Cities are where problems show up first, and they're where solutions get tested. But too often, the state makes promises without giving local leaders the tools, flexibility, or accountability needed to actually deliver. That's why I'm running. Because California doesn't just need better ideas, it needs a government that works. Some people have asked, why now? Because this moment demands urgency. Because people are losing faith. And because San Jose is proving that our biggest challenges are solvable if we're willing to be bold enough to fix what's broken. Others have asked if I'm worried about my political future. I'm not worried about my future. I'm worried about my kids' future and the future of every family wondering if they'll be able to make it in the state they love. I'm running to fulfill the promises I made when I ran for office, to end unsheltered homelessness, make our communities safer, and tackle the housing crisis that's keeping the American dream out of reach for far too many Californians. The truth is, without change in Sacramento, the same broken cycles will keep repeating, and families will keep paying the price. I know there are people who want a fighter right now, people who are scared about where this country is heading. Sylvia and I are too. Here's what I believe. The best resistance is results. And yes, this is a crowded field with big names. But just because you make noise doesn't mean you can make a difference. It doesn't mean you can fix homelessness. It doesn't mean you can lower rents. It doesn't mean you've made communities safer. And it doesn't mean you can bring people together around what works. What creates change is focus. It's solutions. Some candidates in this race are running against people. Others are running on ideology. I'm running for outcomes. I'm running for a California where government focuses on the basics. Safe streets, affordable homes, good schools, and a real shot at the American dream for every family. And before we ask Californians to give more, we owe them proof that their government can do better. So I'm running to bring focus back to government, to give cities the tools they need to succeed, to measure success by outcomes, not headlines, and to prove that California can work again for everyone. That's why I'm running, and that's the future Sylvia and I are fighting for. Me presentó al gobernador de California porque podemos hacerlo mejor. Sé que podemos porque lo estamos demostrando en San Jose. Estamos reduciendo la falta de vivienda, aumentando la seguridad y facilitando el acceso a vivienda. Necesitamos luchar por nuestros derechos, por nuestras libertades y por nuestros vecinos, al mismo tiempo que resolvemos nuestros problemas. Por eso me presentó, para que el gobierno vuelva a sentarse en lo importante, para dar a las ciudades las herramientas que necesitan para prosperar y para demostrar que la mejor manera de combatir la división es con resultados. Espero que se unan a Silvia y yo en la lucha por el futuro mejor para todos los californianos. Gracias. Now it's my great pleasure, privilege to introduce my wife, every bit my better half and the brains behind the operation, Sylvia.
Hi. Like so many families across California, we've been having a lot of conversations at home about what's happening in our country right now and how worried we are about the level of division and distrust and the fact that our own government is stripping Americans of their rights. We also believe that California at its best can be the counter-example that the nation needs, a place that's welcoming, that's stronger because of its immigrant community, una comunidad inmigrante que ha contribuido muchísimo a este país y este estado. And California can be a place full of opportunity for all, a place where our leadership is both strong and compassionate. We need a leader who understands that while name calling might feel good in the moment, and I know it feels good in the moment, name calling doesn't lead to results for real people. People who care about their kids getting a great education. People who want to be able to afford housing and health care. Who want to be able to be safe in their communities. And Californians are people who love their neighbors. And I think we want a leader who knows what that means and who will stand strong for our values. From a really young age, Matt stood up to bullies in defense of the vulnerable. He did it on the playground as a kid, and I got to see him in college develop an after-school program for struggling kids and stand with janitors at Harvard University to fight for higher wages. As mayor, he has sued the Trump administration to defend our rights, while also bringing thousands of our vulnerable neighbors indoors. And he stands up today against both entrenched interests and threats, those who threaten our rights. The decision to enter this race was not an easy one for our family. It's certainly challenging. We love what we do right now, and we love our family. But we also believe so deeply in the promise of California and in the promise of this country that we know this is the right thing to do. And then lastly, I just want to encourage those of you listening who hear the vitriol online and the polarization. When you hear that, just remember your values. Because so many of us, the majority of us, share the same set of core values. And with Matt's leadership, we're going to get through this together.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thank you. We have time for 2 to 3 questions.
Mayor, certainly your name is noted.
Hi.
To the people who might say that this is too soon, that the job was started in San Jose but not finished, people said that about your mayoral campaign when you were on the council for 2 years and then you ran for mayor. What do you say to those people, though, who say that things are not finished here in San Jose, why run for state?
I see this as continuing the mission we set out on. I promised San Joseans that I would fight to end unsheltered homelessness, to reduce crime, to expand opportunity by ensuring that we attract and retain good, high-paying jobs, but also lower the cost of living by building housing. We're doing that in San Jose, and the truth is we can make a lot more progress if we see the same level of focus and accountability in Sacramento. It's not either or. I know what it takes to deliver results on the ground level in local government, but I also know the barriers that we face when state government doesn't provide the focus, the support, and the accountability that is needed for every city and county to deliver on those issues. So to me, this is an extension of that work. It's a way to have more impact for San Joseans and our neighbors. And I'm excited to go to Sacramento and share what we've been doing in San Jose, what we've learned, and the impact we've been having, and how we can do a lot more here and in other cities in California.
Yeah, Mayor, you hosted most of the candidates at this point at facilities like this one. Were you not happy with what you heard from them or their vision for the state?
Damien, what I've reflected on and come to see is that as mayor of a large city who is every day held accountable for improving life for our residents, I'm closer to the challenges we face in California. And thanks to the teamwork at City Hall and our partners, I'm closer to the solutions that we need. And I've been waiting for someone to articulate specifically what we need to do to end unsheltered homelessness, which we can do. We're proving it in San Jose. We've reduced the number of people living outside by a third in just the last few years. I've been waiting for someone to talk about the real solution, about how we implement Prop 36 and do the compassionate thing and get people the help that they need and save lives. How we intervene in cycles of retail theft and protect our small businesses. How we remove barriers and build homes for families and do it faster and more cost effectively. And I'm not hearing those concrete plans, but I know what we need because every day at City Hall, we're working and we're delivering on these issues here in our city. And we need that same level of focus and pragmatism and accountability in Sacramento. And I know all of our neighboring cities need it too because I talk to mayors across the state and we're all dealing with the same issues.
When you say we can do better, it sounds like you're offering a pretty direct criticism of Governor Gavin Newsom and his leadership. How, though, would you also work with the legislature, which has also been really focused on resistance against Donald Trump?
Well, I'm not criticizing the governor. I think the governor has been bold on a number of the issues that we're working on in San Jose. He's done more to shine a spotlight and direct resources to homelessness than any other governor in our history. I do know, though, that we can do better because with focus and more pragmatic solutions in San Jose, we have moved faster to reduce homelessness than the rest of the state. We've moved faster to reduce crime. We became the safest big city in the country last year. And so this is really about taking things to the next level. The governor and I haven't agreed on everything, but we actually have been largely aligned. And I'm grateful for his leadership. I think that what we need, though, in Sacramento in our next governor, this isn't looking in the rearview mirror. It's not talking about where we've been. It's thinking about what are we going to do to finish the job and actually end unsheltered homelessness in San Jose and across the state. That's going to require Sacramento to make some tough trade-offs, to hold us accountable at a local level. We're going to need to invest in recovery housing, create dedicated sober living environments. We need to implement Prop 36. We need to make sure that good ideas that the governor backed, like Care Court, are implemented effectively at the local level. This is about extending and deepening that work and making sure we follow through to deliver the results that Californians so desperately need. We're making progress in San Jose, but to get to the next level, we're going to need to bring these solutions and this level of focus and accountability to Sacramento and work with the legislature to follow through on many of the new tools and programs we have that haven't yet had the impact they should.
So fair to say that was more of a criticism of the current candidates running?
I'm just trying to offer a vision for how we solve problems rooted in the success we've had in San Jose. And I think San Jose is not only a model, but I think Sacramento can do a lot more to help cities and counties deliver results. That's really what this is about, is I can give you a number of reforms and policy changes and budget changes I would make in Sacramento to unlock the power of cities and counties to end homelessness, to reduce crime, to help those suffering from addiction, and to make life more affordable for working families. We've experimented a lot and shown a lot of progress in San Jose. I want to take that to Sacramento so San Jose can keep making progress, as can the other 400 cities in our state.
Yes, hi, Mayor. Alistair with the Silicon Valley Business Journal
event, you talked about AI and upskilling, which is an easier thing to do, excuse me, in the backyard of NVIDIA, OpenAI. How do you take that message across statewide?
Well, California is blessed to be home to the innovation economy. We're where the future is created, but we need to make sure it's a future that includes everyone. And what we've shown in San Jose is when we get ahead of technological change and invest in our people by upskilling our public sector workforce, by bringing new programs into our libraries, by partnering with our school districts to expand access to broadband, we create a better future for all of us. There's a lot of fear about artificial intelligence, and I think it's very fair. People are asking, am I going to lose my job? We need to show them and help them to ensure that they have a place in our future economy. We do that by investing in people and really starting with thinking about how these tools can be harnessed to make government better, to make our workforce more productive, and to keep the good high-paying jobs here in California that have led to so much prosperity and upward mobility. So that's really how we've approached it in San Jose, and I don't see any reason why California can't do that statewide.
Mayor, from a practical standpoint, 4 months until this primary, your name is known in San Jose and the Bay Area, but how do you get it out to the rest of the state, particularly while keeping your eye on the ball in San Jose?
Yeah, well, my day job is still priority number one. We have a lot of work to do here in San Jose, and I will stay focused on that. But I believe that when Californians hear about the success we've had in San Jose in reducing unsheltered homelessness, in reducing crime, in unblocking investment in housing so that we can build the homes that we need for families to be able to stay here, when we talk about what real solutions look like and what's next, how we will use Care Court and Prop 36 and recovery housing to help those who we haven't reached yet, I think people are going to get excited and respond to a message that's rooted in optimism, rooted in experience, and coming from a place where I know, I'm not just saying it, I'm not guessing, I know we can do better. And I think people are going to want to come together around that vision because it's rooted in real results and real examples of what we've done here to improve life for San Joseans. And that's the kind of change we need statewide. Thank you. Thank you all so much.